welcome to Karate Academy Online. My name is Mark Roscoe, and I'm the senior instructor here at the Karate Academy, and I welcome you as you take a look around the website and consider taking a martial arts program from us. And we have started Karate Academy Online for many different reasons. One of the primary reasons is because we understand in today's hectic world and moving around that it's sometimes very difficult for people to get their martial arts training completed in a timely manner. I was very fortunate. I started training in martial arts back in the early 1980s. And during that time, I was fortunate again to stay with the same style all that time. I've been training in Okinawan Uechi-Ryu Karate Do. Okinawan Uechi-Ryu is what we teach here at the Academy. And so I was very fortunate to be able to stay with that style, but it wasn't easy. I started off in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is where I grew up. But my instructor then moved about 30 miles away, and then he moved another 20 miles away, and class times changed, and days of the classes changed, and a lot of things changed over those early years when I was trying to get my black belt. And so I was always chasing my instructor all around Virginia, trying to get my training in. And it wasn't easy. It was a very difficult task, and I put a lot of things aside. I skipped a lot of personal relationships and things like that to be able to accomplish my black belt at that time. I was fortunate enough, once I reached my black belt, very shortly after I reached my second degree black belt, actually, I went to Uechi Sensei over in Okinawa, and he became my personal instructor and began my training under him. And so all I say with that is, the reason that we started Karate Academy Online is because we understand it's very difficult for many people to meet a certain schedule on a certain day. So you may have that challenge. It may be a financial challenge because online martial arts, as you'll find out, are much more inexpensive than regular traditional courses typically. And so what you'll find is a way to really keep your training going. Our motto is train anywhere, anytime. And what we mean by that is your training can go with you. Anywhere there's an internet hookup, you can be training. And so we encourage that. The other thing too is about online martial arts training is you say, well, there's no in-classroom training. And that's true. But we do have skill drills, we do have follow along classes. We break each of the techniques down to a very simple lesson so that you can build on those lessons, working your way to black belt. And while you're not in the physical dojo with me, the instructor, you are having personal contact with me through different means. And so you can get that help if you need that. Most of our students don't need that, but if you need that, it's available. But the thing about that is if you think about a traditional training regimen, you go to class once or twice a week, maybe for an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes at tops. And the rest of the time, the instructor says, all right, thank you for coming to class. Now go home and practice. So probably about 70% or 80% of your development, even in a traditional class, is going to be done at home. In your own practice. So we have taken that and just brought it into your home full time. So you'll be able to do all of those things. And we want everybody to achieve black belt. And we call it black belt excellence, actually. And so what we mean by that when we say black belt excellence is, developing the confidence, developing the focus, the concentration, the goal setting and achieving, developing a self-reflection and self-respect and courtesy and all of those things that martial arts really develops, along with the physical activity of it as well, keeping our bodies healthy and keeping us in a good cardiovascular and healthy, and in good health. And so what we really want trying to do with that is we want you to be able to achieve all of that. Because here's the reality. The reality is that yes, Okinawan karate is, I feel, the best self-defense martial art out there. It's it's designed to be an open-handed, empty-handed type of self-defense. It was taught to farmers in Okinawa, which they didn't have time to train all the time, so it had to be a simple form that they were developing. They learned it out of the southern provinces of China and brought it over into Okinawa and developed it into their own system. So Okinawan karate, yes, we'll teach you good self-defense, absolutely. And if there's ever a need in your life, you'll be able to lean on that skill. Hopefully you'll never have that situation where you'll have to do a self-defense technique to be able to get out of a bad situation, but you'll have that ability. But even more so is definitely the confidence, definitely the focus, definitely the goal setting and achieving, definitely the other aspects that go along with the martial arts training, the black belt excellence. You're going to be able to use that in your work life, in your academic life, in your personal relationships, in your own setting of goals and things that you want to accomplish in your life. That's where it's really going to enhance your life. Your life is going to be enhanced through those skills, through developing those skills through martial arts training. And that comes in a way that is really kind of hard to understand unless you've been in martial arts. But if you've ever taken martial arts, you understand how focus and concentration is really going to be developed. If you haven't ever taken martial arts, you're going to learn that as soon as you sign up. So I hope you'll join us here at Karate Academy Online. We have several programs available. You can look around the website. We have the Accelerated Black Belt program, which is our first degree program. We have a second degree black belt program, a third degree black belt program. We have a Kobudo program, which is Okinawan martial arts, traditional Okinawan martial arts weapons training. And you can get a black belt in all that. And then we also have a skill drill library where you'll have dozens and even hundreds of skill drills. So instead of just learning a front punch and, all right, I want you to do 100 of these every day, just punching, that can get boring, right? And so what we've done is we've developed skill drills. And so these drills are designed to keep your training fresh. It's designed to keep your training moving so that you don't get bored. You don't get tired of the same old. So you have that, the skill drill library, and like I said, you also have follow along classes. And so like when you're learning your yellow belt curriculum or your gold belt or your orange belt and working your way through all the belts, there'll be classes that you can tune into that is just like you being in class. So you'll follow along just like you were in class and a student, you'll follow along just with me and doing that class environment. And so you have all of that, practice guides, in classroom, follow along classroom training, as well as, like I said, all of the lessons that will build on one another and give you the techniques that you need to make it all the way to black belt. So again, I hope you'll join us here at Karate Academy Online, and I hope to see you on the student side. And until then, it's to your success. Take care. Be safe.